Good morning, students. In the previous class, lecture number 11, we have discussed the plot structure of Julius Caesar from Act 1st to Act 3rd. And today we are going to discuss the Act 4th, and after that we have the Act 5th. In the third act, we have seen which was the center of the happenings, center of the play, and in which we have seen how Julius Caesar was murdered by conspirators. And conspirators are more in number and have made a conspiracy to kill one man, Julius Caesar. And the conspiracy we have seen how it developed, how it came to exist from the very act first, scene first, through Cassius. How he succeeded to bring at his side one after one conspirators, and the main success of Cassius is in bringing Decius Brutus at his side. And so, this way, this Cassius becomes successful. And at the same time, when we see the Act 4, we have seen that in the third act, Julius Caesar was murdered by the conspirators. And we have again seen that how the play, how the tragedy takes turns. My dear friends, we can't imagine that the future is what, and it's true that future is uncertain, and what will happen in the next moment nobody knows. And the conspirators who have killed Julius Caesar, thinking that they will become the mighty powers, they will rule on Rome and they will finish Caesar. But my dear friends, how long Caesar was alive, he has nothing done with the conspirators. He has not harmed, not given a single injury to the conspirators. But you think that after his death, his followers has killed systematically to the conspirators. So Caesar's influence was more on the public after his death than his existence. How long he was alive, he was a silent one. But after his death, his real character came on the surface, and the public works on his behalf to take the revenge of his murder. And now the death of Caesar becomes the public revenge, and public is haunted for the revenge. Public is haunted to find the murderers and to kill them. And so this play takes the different turn after the speech of Antony. Because after the death of Julius Caesar, we have seen Decius Brutus give a well-constructive, systematically arranged speech to the public that tyranny is dead. Means Brutus pours such philosophy in the minds of the people of Rome, saying that they become successful by to kill Julius Caesar, because Julius Caesar is moving towards a tyrant one, and we have tyranny is killed, means we have killed the tyrant. Now no more tyranny, tyranny is killed, tyranny is no more. So when the people came to know the another side of this Julius Caesar, after the death of him, when Brutus narrates, people acclaim the Decius Brutus, because people of Rome give Brutus a very, consider him as a noble man, and they believe on him. And when Brutus gives Antony a chance of speech, opportunity to speak on the death of Julius Caesar, this Mark Antony was a brilliant one and more eloquent and a very structured, planned speech he gives to the public by making a urge of looking at the dead body of Julius Caesar, how he was murdered and how many stabs have been made to kill on him, because he is one but many people have killed him. And this way, look at his blood, look at his body, look at him. We will found after his death also he is innocent one. But the conspirators have, without any plan, without office any bad things, they have killed him. And you, my dear people of Rome, you know that Julius Caesar has done everything for the sake of Rome, for nothing himself. When the people came to know the real side of Julius Caesar and what Brutus has interpreted that is wrong, it proved wrong, and he has shown, means Mark Antony has what he has said that he has proved with the documents. He has shown the people of Rome the will which he had made with proofs of documents. He has also shown the people of Rome the places which he has turned into public places, means his own property he has converted into the public property, the gardens, streets and everything. That also he shows to the public, so public came to know the reality, real reason, because Brutus has nothing to show and Mark Antony has shown everything what Julius Caesar has done for the people of Rome. And so what happened? Then public cheers for tyranny once more, means Julius Caesar must be more, and we have, means these people have killed the wrong one, means they says long live tyranny, because tyranny they have tried to end, but people have gave the long slogan saying that tyranny long live tyranny, means Julius Caesar must long live, his soul may live long, tyranny long live. And so that what happens, the people who have decided to take public revenge, and after the death of Julius Caesar, the rule, the emperor, means the kingdom, or we can say the three people have decided to rule unanimously on Rome: Mark Antony, Octavius Caesar and Lepidus. These three have formed a group and the three decide to take revenge on these murderers, means conspirators, and public also individually taking revenge on this, because public has burned their houses into fire. Public has killed Sina the poet, considering that Sina is a conspirator, because his name is similar, but people has not listened to him and killed him. So public is in this way become very violent, cruel, and also angry upon the death of Julius Caesar. And many men, we have seen that to kill one Julius Caesar, many conspirators clubbed together, came together and killed one. So you consider that 9 to 10 conspirators along with their supporters, they planned to kill Julius Caesar, a single man. You just consider that how mighty and how brave and how moral Julius Caesar was. And so his real identity came on the surface after his death, and people expect that, give the slogans that long live tyranny, means Julius Caesar must long live, and at the same time this way the conspirators run away from that place or saving their lives. And this way, Brutus at one side, Cassius on his side, along with his soldiers or forces, goes there, and this Octavius, Mark Antony, and Lepidus follow them, and now the civil war broke out. In the second scene and third scene of this Act 4, we see the civil war took place. Civil war means the war within the country, within the kingdom. And so the civil war took place and they run. And we see that Brutus and Cassius at one side, another conspirators on other side. But the more focus is in the tragedy is on Brutus and Cassius. Other conspirators are of no such important like Decius, Brutus and Cassius, because these are the two main ones. At the same time, we see that Brutus and Cassius, when they meet to each other after the death of Julius Caesar for the first time, they makes a worldly attack on each other. दोघांमध्ये जोराचं भांडण होतं. Because Brutus came to know the reality finally that Julius Caesar was good and Cassius had wrongly involved him in this murder. So Brutus also came to know that there is no fault of Julius Caesar. Though he was his close friend, then also he involved in such murder, and this way Cassius and Brutus have the word, we can say the exchange of words. And at the same time, these people run to Sardis, means at another place, and these Octavius, Caesar, Lepidus, and Mark Antony separate their groups and they run behind these murderers. And this Brutus Cassius goes to Sardis, and so after Sardis they move to Philippus. They move to Philippi, means at two sides, at two places, the war took place. And then same time Brutus plans a strategy to meet enemy forces, but considers advising to wait for attack, because Brutus decides to attack on these soldiers of Antony Lepidus, but Cassius requests him wait for the attack, then we will march on them. And finally we see that because the sudden murder of Julius Caesar turns his body into the ghost, because we have seen that in most of the tragedies we see, in Macbeth also we have seen that after his death, when Macbeth has killed his close friend Banquo's ghost appears and follow him again and again. The same way here, Julius Caesar's ghost runs behind these Brutus and Cassius, and he also says to him, we will meet to Philippi. And from Sardis, these troops of Brutus and Cassius goes to Philippi, and actual war took place at the Philippi. And after this fourth act, when we move to the act fifth, we see that act fifth is divided into so many scenes. Means it is divided in 5 scenes. Scene 1 to scene 5, we will discuss the scenario at the battleground. And from Sardis, these people move to Philippi, and we also see that how Brutus is, we can say, shocked by the appearance of the ghost of Caesar, and at the same time how Cassius and these Brutus ends their life by committing suicide. That also we are going to see in this act and the respective scenes. Octavius Caesar also requests Antony to make a direct attack on the plain land, on these murderers, on these conspirators, but Octavius Caesar request was totally dismissed by Antony, and he says that just don't show bravery and don't play the battle on the playground, just wait for the opportunity. And Octavius, we see, overrules Antony wanting to lead the attack from the right side. Brutus and Cassius are challenged to come. Means when they have seen Octavius, Brutus and Cassius decide to challenge to come out as Cassius and Brutus, when they have no choice except meeting to the battle, except to face the challenge, these two came out because they have run away. People are following them, and it is proved that they are wrong. They are murderers. They have killed the innocent one. So they have the threat in his mind. They have fear in his mind, and so, but they have no way instead facing the war. So finally, Cassius also expresses his views to Messala, his companion, that Messala, today is my birthday, and the same birthday is going to become a death day today because I will not be saved. I will not be remain alive because definitely today my end is fixed. I will not remain alive in front of these forces. So he considered that his birthday, the same day, is also will be considered as death day. So he is shocked, and he came to know that he is seeing his death in front of his eyes. So at the same time, we see that this Octavius has attacked on this, and at the same time these two people have no choice except to face the forces of Octavius Caesar and Antony. And after this, first we have seen in the second and third scene of Act 5, we will see that what happens when Octavius was very well suggested by Mark Antony not to attack on the forces, so Octavius remains back, and at the same time the Brutus and Cassius enemies were coming to meet Cassius and Brutus' camp, and this Brutus and Cassius think that this is the attack from Octavius' side, so they have attacked on them and killed their own men. Hence Cassius have killed their own men, thinking that this is an attack from Octavius' side. So they have killed their own men by confusion, thinking that the enemies are attacking on him, but in reality their men were coming to meet them. At the same time, Titanius, the fellow man, feels that Brutus attacked Octavius being prematurely, and because Cassius by confusion attacked on Octavius, and on the other side, Titanius, the fellow man, think that Brutus has attacked on the men of Octavius Caesar, and that way what happened? Antony in his tent, Cassius loses, means when they think that from the Titanius feel that Brutus has attacked Octavius being prematurely, Pindarus warned Cassius that Antony is in his tent. Thus Antony is coming towards him to attack, and the fear of death to Cassius made him to commit his suicide. So by the fear of attack of Antony on his tent, Cassius loses his heart and commits suicide. He died. And after that, in the last scene 5th, we will see the death of Brutus. Because when Cassius died, everyone is dying, every conspirator is meeting to death at that time. Brutus requests when Antony and Caesar and Lepidus was attacking, means they have no way to attack except Brutus, means they are prepared to attack on Brutus at that time. Brutus requests his companion, means his fellow, to hold the sword at his side, and he runs into it and commits suicide. Means he requests him to hold the sword like this, and he run away toward that sword, and he kills himself, means commits suicide, because he knows that he will not live forever, and the triumvirs like Caesar, Lepidus and Antony will definitely kill him. Before that, he kills himself and commits suicide. And so, when Octavius Caesar, Lepidus and Mark Antony comes to discover the dead body of Decius Brutus, they take his dead body and they treat him nobly with the homage, and Antony and all these three people give him the homage because everybody knows that Decius Brutus was good. His overall work is good. He stands for the nobility and welfare of the Rome. But by mistake, by the poison and conspiracy of Cassius, attacked and attracted him towards him. So he became the victim of villainy of Cassius. So by mistake, he came at the side of conspirators, though he was very close friend to Julius Caesar, but he has two. Once share his views, share the plan of conspirators with him. So Brutus has done the mistake and the same mistake of his support to the conspirators, involved in the murder, and finally involved in the battle is responsible for his own death. So this way, my dear friends, we see that how the plot structure of Julius Caesar runs and how these conspirators, without any fight, they have killed the Julius Caesar, and finally they have lost their life because their battle is for not for the sake of Rome, welfare of Rome, but their battle is only for their sake, for their self, for their selfishness. So this finally ends there. So in the next lecture, I will just highlight some important comments which Decius Brutus has made after the death of Julius Caesar, and how Mark Antony with his speech eloquency had changed the mind of the people, and how the conspirators met to the death. These two people's speech is important, so I will highlight in the next lecture. So with this brief information about this tragedy Julius Caesar, I stop here. Thank you.